Kayvon Thibodeaux is falling in mock drafts, and I am here for it. Hey, what's going on? I'm Matt O'Leary, back with another video, and today I'll be talking about Kayvon Thibodeaux, why he's falling in mock drafts, and why that is a phenomenal thing. For the New York Jets, before we get started, just wanted to mention you can follow on social media at Matt O'Leary NY. If you haven't already, please make sure to check out the Just Jets podcast and the Just Jets Clips channel. All that is linked down below in the description, where you can get or find me anywhere. That's basically what it's all about. So appreciate the support. Really appreciate it, guys. So for the longest time, Kayvon Thibodeaux looked like the surefire #1 overall pick. There was no way that it was going to be anyone else. And the Jets obviously were not ever in real contention for the #1 overall pick. But as we all know, edge is a position of need. The Jets end up with the 4th pick. And for a while, especially, towards the end of the year, it was, okay, Kayvon Thibodeaux and Ian Hutchinson are going to go 1-2. End of discussion. That's it. Finished. Well, that's not really the case anymore. And there's a few reasons for it and why there's a fall. The first we'll talk about is these bizarre comments from him about Alabama. Is that the reason why he's falling? I sure as hell hope not. Like, it's what he's about to say. I'll read you the quote. Is what he's about to say a little silly? Maybe. Yeah, but it's not like, oh my God, I can't draft this guy now because of what he just said. He goes, well, people don't realize that football is an American sport. So no matter how great Alabama is, you only play football in America, Canada, and a couple other places, Thibodeaux told Klatt. But a brand like Nike, which Oregon obviously has the connection there, I mean, for me, it was like, what brand associations do I want to be tied to? For me, I already hate the stigmatism, he means stigma, the stigmatism of football players being dumb jocks. Do you know the stigmatism, again, of Alabama education? It ain't the West Coast, it ain't Harvard. So he's obviously saying that it's a better education at Oregon, while making a mistake is a little bit ironic and kind of funny, but like, once again, let's not hold his feet to the fire over that, please. There's a lot worse reasons for, actually having someone fall. Like, that should not be a reason why someone falls in the draft. But then, like, okay, is there a world where he's really there at 4? And I think, yeah, there absolutely is. So let's start with the Jaguars. While they could absolutely take a edge rusher, and Thibodeaux or Hutchinson would be, phenomenal in that category, you also just took a franchise quarterback, #1 overall last year. You might want to protect him. So does Ike Ekwonu go first? Does Evan Neal go first? And both those guys, specifically the offensive lineman I just mentioned, Ekwonu specifically, has risen very, very high in recent weeks. Evan Neal is someone who's been at the top of the draft forever, and I think people are kind of just getting bored of talking about how good Evan Neal is. So he's going to go earlier than I think a lot of people think. So even if he's the #1 pick, which I wouldn't bat an eye at, some people would say, whoa, that's crazy. Kayvon Thibodeaux or Ian Hutchinson should have been the pick. And, well, yeah, they're obviously worthy #1 overall picks. You could absolutely understand why a team like the Jaguars, who just picked Trevor Lawrence 1st overall, is then going to want to protect him with an offensive lineman. So, okay, that's theory #1. Then Detroit comes in. Detroit is in where? Michigan. Ian Hutchinson went to where? Michigan. Connection? Maybe. Is that a stretch? I don't know. But again, some people have Hutchinson as their #1. Others have Thibodeaux. So let's pretend it's one of them. In this case, we're going to go with Hutchinson. And then Houston. They're an interesting one. Now, I don't think any team, well, first, I don't think Houston's taking a quarterback. And I also don't think a team is trading up to 3 to take a quarterback. So you got to hope and pray that they want to take Kyle Hamilton, which is possible, right? Because they are more than likely going to lose a safety in free agency, and they very well might just want playmakers on the defensive side. I would not take a safety that early, but there are many people in the NFL that would, and maybe Houston is just that, and they take Kyle Hamilton. So then bing, bang, boom, there you go. Kayvon Thibodeaux is sitting for you right there at #4. Or maybe Houston even goes with a corner. They need help at the cornerback position. Could they take Stingley? Could they take Sauce Gardner? Could they take someone like that at that spot. Maybe they do. And again, like, I'm not going to sit here and tell you today that there's a 100% chance that Kayvon Thibodeaux is there for the Jets at 4. I think that's unlikely, but there is a world where that's possible, which is something that I didn't even think was possible just a month ago or even a few weeks ago. But this is a guy, 6'5", 250, 7 sacks, 12 tackles for a loss, two forced fumbles. He has great first step, excellent, flexibility. He has good power. He's improved in the run game in 2021. He's really like that all-around edge presence that would be so good on this defense, and that's something that, would look really, really nice on the other side from Carl Lawson. Like, could you imagine Carl Lawson on one side, Thibodeaux on the other side? They're coming off the edge, up the middle. You have some combination of Quinnen Williams, Sheldon Rankins, John Franklin Myers, Jonathan Marshall, guys like that. Man, that's scary. And that's really where the defensive line, can come together. Sure, I'm not opposed to, like, if Thibodeaux goes, then yeah, you take Evan Neal or a Kwanu or someone like that, or a Karlaftis, whatever you want to do, fine. Okay, I get that. But if for some reason Kayvon Thibodeaux falls to you at 4 overall, I think Joe Douglas and Robert Saleh and Jeff Ulbrich are going nuts. I think they love it. I think they're all in on it. And that would be lucky. It's happened to the Jets before. They've had the best player fall to them in the draft before. It happens sometimes. For instance, in 2018, everyone thought Sam Darnold was going to be the first overall pick until like the day of the draft when it leaked that Baker Mayfield was going to be the pick. Everyone thought Darnold was going number 1 overall. So I thought, and most people thought, the Jets got lucky that he was there at 3. Obviously, we know that didn't work out, but there is a chance that Kayvon is sitting there for the Jets at 4. And if he is, then I think you run that card up and you are very, very happy. If not, well, then I think you're going offensive line or maybe another edge at that spot. But yeah, I'm excited about that. I've seen a ton of mocks with him falling. I saw a mock draft from PFF actually that had him go to the Giants at 5, which I believe they had the Jets taking Ike Ekwonu, which it's hard for me to get mad at that because I think Ekwonu, it would be a extremely versatile piece onto this offensive line. Could play right guard, can play tackle, whatever the situation. I think he could handle either or. But man, Thibodeaux would just be so fun. And it would be a nice little piece there for Robert Saleh. So let me know your take in the comments below or on social media. Thank you so much for tuning in. Once again, I'm Matt O'Leary, and I'll talk to you next time.